and welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. Today I'm going to be tier ranking the KotLC abilities. I have about 20 KotLC abilities here, and I'm putting all these abilities into tiers, and I'm going to see which all these abilities kind of stand, and how useful are they in the books, and do I like the abilities, using all these different criteria to see which ability is the best, and just ranking them down on this tier ranking site. The link will be in the description if you guys want to do this by yourself. But also make sure to drop a like if you guys like these tier ranking videos. Comment down below what is your favorite ability. I would love to know. And also guys, make sure to subscribe down below. We just hit 12,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. But now we're on to the next milestone, 13,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys are subscribed and help us get to our next goal. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so here you can see the tier ranker. So I'm just gonna go over, all different tiers. So first up the top, we have Godly, which is, the best abilities, the most useful in the series, the ones that I like the most. And then Powerful, not as good as Godly, just the second tier down. It's, it's a great ability, but it's not the best. Useful is where it's, it's a helpful ability, but, maybe I don't like it as much. And then Okay is obviously just middle ground. It's like, maybe it's not that helpful, it's not that cool, but it's still, it's still an okay ability. And then obviously Not Helpful, it really, it doesn't really need to be in the books. And then Delete is just where it's like, I hate the ability and I don't want it to be in the series. So I guess that's, going over all the different, 6 tiers we have here, and I'm pretty sure there's about 20 abilities we have to go through this tier list. So I guess let's start off with the first one, which is Beguiler. Now Beguiler is not the greatest ability, it's just basically being able to soothe and just have a soothing voice, and I don't think that's very useful, but it's not the worst ability. We know that Keith has some weird thing with his voice, and we know that's different, but I think it's not the greatest ability, and I don't really know much about it. I'm pretty sure Damien has it. I wouldn't say it's not helpful, but I'm gonna say it's okay because it's not like the greatest ability to have. But for the next one, Astrokinesis, I think this one means to be charger, so I'm just gonna take it as that. I think this is charger, so just being able to use electricity, and I actually really like this ability. I love the elemental abilities where it's like fire, water, like Avatar the Lost Airbender type of things with like the elements. So I do like Astrokinesis or charger in the book series, and I'm gonna actually say, although it's not that useful and there's only like one like Councillor or something that actually has this ability, it's not represented that much in the series. I like the ability, but it's not the biggest thing, so I'm just gonna say it's useful because I'm pretty sure it would be useful to have like in a battle, but not that great. Next we have Conjure, which is actually Adeline's ability where she can just snap and you can literally just get anything you want as long as you remember where you put it, and this is actually Joey's favorite ability, so I like it too. I mean, I feel like if I was lazy and I was just sitting on the couch and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot the TV remote, boom, it's right there for me. So I think that is a great ability. It would actually help out a lot, and I actually think it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna say it's godly because it's not my favorite ability, but I'm saying it's really useful and it is very powerful if you're just able to transport an item directly to your hand. So very powerful, very cool. Next up we have Descrier. Descrying is it's not like that flashy. I would say it's not really like a cool ability. Like I wouldn't really want to be Descrier. I don't know if I'm right on this. I mean, there's so many abilities. I'm pretty sure the Descrier ability is just being able to see someone's potential. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's kind of helpful, but it's not really that helpful. I mean, what are you gonna really do? You're just looking at other people. You're not like doing anything yourself. You're just seeing other people, so not really helpful. Let's get on to the next one, which is Empath. Keith and all these different people who are empaths in the series, or lie obviously. So this is not like the best ability. Like I wouldn't want it, but over telepathy I'd probably want empathy more. This is probably one of my favorite mental abilities, Empath, like just seeing people's emotions. It's not over the top like being telepath where you can like break into people's minds. I think it's like just like a more like chill ability, which I would rather have over telepathy. So it is very useful. Keith uses it a lot, Orla uses it a lot. You can really like sense your enemy's emotions, and it's been used a lot, especially when Sophie's been mind breaking, to make sure that Sophie's like emotions are in check while she's in somebody's mind. So I'm not gonna say it's powerful, but I'm gonna say it's useful, and it's been used a lot in the series, especially because Keith had it. Next we have Enhancer. Now Enhancers are actually I like the ability. The only thing is that it's not really your own ability. It's only when you're helping someone else. So this is definitely really powerful when you use it with someone else, but if you're not with anybody, then you can't really use it. So I'm gonna have to say it's okay because you have to have someone there to use it. Next we have Flasher, and I'm gonna put this in powerful. Now Flasher is like a really powerful ability, and you might think it's, oh, you're just light, blah blah blah, but it is really a good ability because think about you being able to heal people with the powers of light. We know a lot of like main characters in this book series are actually using flashing, you know, such as Elwyn. We know that they can really use their, you know, ability to actually heal people, and I think that's really important and really powerful in this book series. I'm not gonna put in godly, but it can be really, really helpful. All right, Froster. We know Julene is a Froster. It's just, you know, ice. It's kind of like the knockoff version of Hydrokinetic, to be honest, but I think it's an okay ability. I'm not gonna, you know, put it up top. I'm just gonna say it's a fine ability. It's okay. It's not that important in the series. We could live without it. Not my personal favorite. Actually, next one, Guster. I really like the Guster one. I'm actually gonna put it in useful, even though we don't see it much in the series. Imagine you're just being able to, basically, like I said, the Avatar, Lost Airbender. You're just able to, you know, manipulate wind, and you can probably like send tornadoes at people and stuff. Like, I feel like that would be a cool ability, like, to see later on in the series, because we really didn't see much about Gusters, and I think that Guster could be a cool ability if we saw it more in the series. I really like the idea of it, so I'll put it at useful. First godly one up is Hydrokinetics. We have that as godly. I mean, look at this ability. You're able to manipulate water. I mean, that is so cool. Imagine just like moving your hands and like water is like moving with it. Like, that would be so cool. You know, obviously we have Lynn being a Hydrokinetic, and we've seen a lot of cool stuff that she could do, and I think that is just one of the best abilities in this book, and I'm sure that Troy would agree with this. I'm pretty sure this is Troy's favorite ability, so I really love Hydrokinetic. Next we have Inflictor, and this is, you know, one of Sophie's main abilities, and I'm gonna say it's powerful because, look, you know, inflicting is really hard to control, I feel like, especially for Sophie, but when she learned how to control it and when she learned how to use it correctly, she actually was able to like fight off Lady Gisela, and she was actually being able to use this ability as a very powerful thing, and I think that's going to be really helpful to the Black Swan, especially in this big battle coming up. Let's get on to the next one. Mesmer. Okay, I think this is also going to be a powerful one. It's more of like the mind thing, especially because Grady is such a powerful person. You know, imagine if Grady was in the Neverseen. I feel like the Black Swan would have no chance, because he can literally control anything, control anyone to do what they say. I mean, it uses a lot of Grady's energy, but it is very powerful. All right, but next we have Phaser, which is, I want to say it's not very, you know, common in the series, but I'm gonna say it's useful. I think that you could do a lot of cool things with that, like especially like infiltrating like the Neverseen storage house. You could have like sent a Phaser in to navigate or something like that. I mean, just going through walls, like just making yourself different things and just phasing through objects. I think that's very cool, and it's gonna be very useful in the series, especially if Gency somehow manifests as that or something. Polygot, I have to put something in the delete column, so I'm just gonna delete it. I mean, it's really like, you could have just made elves like really smart and like they already know all the languages. I don't know. I don't know if that's really helpful to the series at all, just knowing different languages. So I'm just gonna say delete. Syneopath. You know, we know that Maraka has it now, and she's trying to get into the Black Swan and trying to use her ability to you know, I guess help. And I'm gonna say it's not helpful, but I'm gonna say it's okay. Black Swan wasn't bad without the Syneopath, but now that they have it, I mean, it's fine. It's gonna help them maybe a little bit, but it's not gonna be that useful in the long term, because especially that Maraka doesn't really know that much about her ability yet, and isn't really trained. But next we have Pyrokinetic, and I think that's going to be a godly one. I like I said, I love the elemental abilities. I think that Morella could play a huge part in the series. I think that obviously we've had a lot of stuff about Pyrokinetics, and especially Finton and all this Everblaze and Returnal burning down and all this drama about Pyrokinetics. So I think this is a really great ability for the series, and I think that it's really like furthered the plot, so it has to be in godly. Shade, for this one, I'm gonna say it's okay. You know, Tam has a great ability. I just don't think it's the best ability at all. I think I like Flasher more than the Shade ability. Like, obviously we had two really powerful Shades. One of them died and Tam's still alive, so Tam has done some important stuff, but all this Shadow Vapor and Shadow Flux and all that, I don't think it just honestly confuses me more than helps me in the series. Technopath, I actually think this is a good ability. The only time that it actually hurt the series was like when Dex made that ability restrictor, but I love when they were talking about all those different gadgets and Tinker's huge lab of gadgets and all this cool Technopath stuff, and I think that it actually has helped the Black Swan a lot, and I really do like this ability, and not just because Dex has it, but it really is a cool ability, and it totally fits with Dex's character. Next we have Telepath, and again, I'm not really high on Telepath. This would probably be the least favorite ability I would actually want in real life. I think it is useful in the series. No, it's powerful, but I'm not gonna say it's godly, because I just really ability, if I'm thinking about ability, I would want to have it, and I do not want to be a telepath and like read people's minds, but I think that is still a very good ability, and it's very powerful. You can read minds, and Fitz and Sophie have done some really cool things in breaking into people's minds. Now we have teleportation. I'm just gonna put this as not helpful. I mean, it's really cool, but you know, there's so many different ways that elves, you know, travel around with like elite masters and nexuses and light master 3000 or whatever they have. So there is a lot of different options for travel, and you have to be on a high cliff to actually teleport, which you might not actually be in that scenario a lot of times, but I think it's fine, but it's not that helpful. And the last ability, I don't know what these two are, but the last ability is going to be Vanisher, and you guys know this is my favorite ability in the entire KotLC series. Vanishing, becoming invisible. It's why I love all the different KotLC characters, such as like Della, Alvar, Biana, like all these different Vanishers. I love them just being able to stay hidden, and I think it's just one of the best abilities, and this would be the #1 ability that I would want. Like, just being able to become invisible would be so cool. Alright, so that is the end of my tier ranking video. I hope you guys agreed with me on some of my points on this KotLC ability tier list. Make sure to comment down below what is your favorite KotLC ability and your least favorite ability, and also make sure to drop a like down below if you guys want more different KotLC tier lists. And also guys, make sure to subscribe down below. We're on the road to 13,000 subscribers. If you guys could check down below if you're subscribed, that would help a lot. But that is it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of the day, and peace.